Have you ever gotten stuck trying to figure out what numbers would give you the formula results you need? Like if you want to know how much more of something to sell in order to reach your target. If so, GoalSeek can help you. Let's take a look. Oh, and before we start, FYI, the results from GoalSeek will replace the content in the cell being changed. So if you need to, make sure to create a copy of your original data before using this tool. So let's say we want for the total pay to equal $300. So we can get there either by changing the hourly fee or by working more hours. Either way, we can use GoalSeek to figure it out. So it's one of Excel's what if analysis tools, and you'll find it under your data tab in the forecast section under what if analysis. So click on GoalSeek to open the dialog box. And the first thing we need to do is set the cell that we want to change the result for. So in this case, that's the total pay. So we'll select that as the set cell. Next, we need to set what the new result is that we want for the set cell that we just noted above to be. In this case, that's $300. Then we need to select which cell to update to trigger the calculation in the set cell so that it equals the result we're looking for. So let's first figure out what the hourly fee needs to be so that with 8 hours of work, we can generate $300. And click OK. And notice how this changed the input of this cell from $30 to $37.50, making it so that the total pay is $300. So at this point, we can accept this change by clicking OK, but I'm going to cancel so that we can see how many hours of work we would need. And this is one limitation of GoalSeek, that you can only try one cell at a time. So let's open up GoalSeek again, and we'll set our input. So we want to set cell G2 for the total pay to $300, but this time we want to change the total hours worked. So let's select total hours and click OK. And well, that didn't work. So the trouble is that the total hours contains a formula. It's calculating the difference between the end time and the start time and minus any breaks taken. So the cell to be changed needs to be a value and not a formula, or well, this error will happen. So let's click OK to exit out of the error. And let's instead try changing the end time and click OK. And in order to make $300 for the day, we need to work 10 hours, clocking out at 7 p.m. For more tutorials like this, click on these links. Thanks.